Hey everyone, welcome to semester two. Can you believe it? I feel like the time just flew by. And if you're kind of looking at the calendar, I kind of feel like semester two is going to fly by as well. So I wanted to just make a quick video to show you guys a few things about semester two. It might be a little bit different, and then just remind you of some things from semester one. So don't forget, let me move my face. I don't know if that's going to cover. There we go. Don't forget that every Monday I post that Play Pause It video for you guys. The Play Pause It is a really important piece of our class. It's time where I give you guys direct instruction that you wouldn't otherwise get. So please make sure that you're completing those ideally before class time on Thursday. You're going to want to try to stay on top of your daily and weekly work. Remember, your plan is just a plan, so you can sort of customize it and tailor it. Ideally, you're going to do those assignments each day, right? And then, of course, by that Friday, that end date. I'm sorry, the due date is the Friday. And then remember, come Monday, if you haven't done the assignment yet, it'll show as past due. But you still have until the end date of the semester to complete the work. So if something happens and you need to extend an assignment for a period of time, that's okay. But it's ideal if you guys can stay on those daily, weekly assignments. Don't forget about office hours. I am hanging out in a New Road classroom every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. You can come with general questions. You can come with specific questions. You can email me them beforehand and I'll have them all ready to go. So I am there for you guys on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. Also, they're typically recorded, so if you can't make it and you're curious about what we went over, you can check out those recordings. And then additionally, we even have an extra help session with Miss Jadala. Those are on Fridays at 11. And you guys will see both of these on your schedule for you to click through as optional sessions. The Friday sessions will have the topic in the session name, so it might say, similar triangles. So if you know that that's a topic that you might want to get help on, then you can go to that session or you can check out the recording. So I'm going to do a quick sort of OMHS tour to show you guys some things. So typically, let me move myself again. Typically, when you guys log in, this is what it looks like. Mine might look a little bit different since I'm a teacher and you're a student. So if you go to my schedule, here is where you're going to see your assignments and your Class Connect classes for the entire day for all of your subjects. Of course, I don't have any because I only teach math. But you guys will have a list of your daily assignments here. This is one place you can go to get to our math work. Another place you can go, which I highly recommend, is going to our class page. So over here, if you go to classes, it will list all of your classes. So we're going to go into geometry. This is kind of like our class web page. And I'm hoping you have seen this already, but at the top, we have some headers here that are important. Again, yours might look a little bit different since you're a student. And if you scroll down, we have an announcement section. So this is a great place for me to put some quick announcements that I might need to get to you guys versus through email. So I want to show you some things in content. So content is where everything lives that we do in our course. It's loading. It's kind of like a file system. Along the left-hand side are essentially like the folders. And then in those folders are all of that information. So I would like for you to go and look through these, although you likely did at the beginning of the year, but I've also added them to our semester 2 course. Here is our school-wide VAVA website. This is for just the middle school. There's tons of important information on this website. Definitely flag it, read it, share it with your learning coaches. We have the absence form link. You can also find this link on that middle school website, but I have put it here just in case you need it. If you're going to miss a live class, we ask that you fill this form out. Course materials. So in here, we do have a physical textbook that some of you might have. You may notice it's more of a reference guide than it is a text. So it kind of has whatever's on the computer, it's in the book. But here I've added some materials for you in a sense. We have our syllabus, and contact information, which you already have, the Desmos calculator link, our formula sheet for the SOL this year. It does say 2016, and that is the most recent released standards that the state of Virginia is covering. So that is the most recent one. I'm guessing they're going to update that soon. I think they might do it every 5 years. So we're coming up on that. Those are ones you will not see because you're a student. Here I added Neuro support. So let me scroll up a little. Here we go. There's a phone number and there's a website. And then this link will also take you to some things you can try on your own if you're having issues in Neuro. I know we've heard of the refresh. We do a lot of refreshing. But if you're having some constant issues in Neuro, not being able to hear, not being able to talk, I highly recommend reaching out to this phone number. They are really helpful. I've done it, and they're just there to help. Along the left-hand side, we also have, I realize I'm in our A course. Let me just jump to the B course real quick. That's semester 2. You won't have that problem because you'll see the semester 2 course, but let me just get back to content. It's loading. All right, here we go. Class Connect attendance quizzes along the left-hand side. This is where those are housed. You know that those will be on your daily plan as well to click through. It's just anything that you click through on that schedule or that plan has a place in our course. So if you need to come back and do one from a previous day for some reason, you can definitely navigate to that day on your calendar, or you can just come to the folder in our class. All the Class Connect quizzes will be listed here once we start having them for semester 2. Here are some SOL review resources, which we're going to be coming up to sooner than you think. I'm going to click this link and show you what's on here because it's pretty awesome. This is our geometry site that I'm starting to collect some things, but the SOL practice here, of course, I have your calculator links, and then there's your formula sheet. This middle one says test environment. So if you open this document, it will tell you how to access what's called test nav. And it is basically an SOL simulator. And a lot of you have already taken many SOLs, so it'll look familiar, but you could simulate the geometry SOL with the drag and drop items and they have a ruler that will pop up on the screen, and they have a compass that will pop up on the screen. So it's a good idea to get familiar with the tools in the live environment. I say live, meaning like what it's going to be like on that day. And then over here is the honker, the big enchilada, the SOL review by topic. You can see it's 43 pages. I actually made this with combined resources, but I put this together and it's listed by standard, and it has practice problems and tips and tricks along the left-hand side for our entire course. So this is a really good page to be familiar with. Know that it exists. I wouldn't say that you would necessarily start practicing now. I mean, we just started semester 2, but as a class, we're going to start practicing probably end of February, beginning of March. So it's coming. Okay, let's go back to our content. I want to show you some more of those folders that live along the left-hand side. So this is kind of something that looks a little bit different in semester 2. I made a folder that's called Class with Miss Winslow. So you have your online work and then you have your work with me. So if you click this, you'll see there are some subfolders. We have Play Pause It, that's with me. Live Class, that's with me. And then something new I'm adding this semester is called a Class Recording Tracker. And I hope that you're going to like it. I think you will. So if you click Play Pause It, this is just like last semester. It has our folders of those Play Pause It assignments and the recordings and the notes that go along with it. Our live class guided notes folder, those will all be listed here if you want to print those before class and use them as you go along in the class. Remember, you don't have to, but especially in geometry with all the diagrams, I think it's super helpful so you don't have to spend time sketching out the diagrams. Now, the class recording tracker. So this is something I made and I'm hoping I can keep up with for you guys. I think it's going to be super helpful. I'm going to click it. It is a Google Doc, so it's a dynamic document, which means as I update it, it gets updated for you. So I don't have to re-upload anything. It's going to have the date, what kind of class it was, the topic we covered, the recording link, the notes for the class, any in-session links that I shared, like if we did a class kick or we watched a math in the real world video, any of that stuff, and then any specific extra resources that correlate to that topic. So this is an undertaking for me because, you know, to take the time to add these things, but I feel like it's going to be super beneficial for you guys and for me as a teacher just to have everything in one place for you. So let me go back. You're going to find that link here under class recording tracker. And that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to kind of point out in your OMHS, that I believe going to the class page is going to be a good place to go. I mean, yes, that schedule tab is helpful. It lets you see what is happening on the daily plan, but then go into the geometry course. That's kind of like our home base, you know, and see what's going on. See if there's an announcement. See if you need to have any past due assignments completed, because you'll have that notice right on that main page. So if you guys need anything, I am here for you. I will see you in class on Thursday, hopefully before that on Tuesday in office hours. And I'm so excited to see what semester 2 brings for all of us. Bye, everybody.